Well, good Thursday morning. This is Rich, and welcome to my latest edition of the Thinking Cap, where today we're going to talk quickly about the USDA report that was just out here minutes ago. We will be having our aftermath webinar tomorrow, Friday, at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Join me for that to get more into the weeds. We'll look at price charts, etc. But today I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the numbers. Thought it was a little bit easier to do that in person. So let's dig into the numbers. First off, this morning, before USDA, CONAB, which is the Brazilian government version of USDA, put out their Brazilian crop report. Here were their numbers. They had corn production overall at 110.96 million tons. That's down about 2 million from last year, but notably down about 21 million tons from a year ago. Their second corn crop is where most of that drop is, down about 17 million tons from last year. Biggest reason, well, two reasons. Number one, dry weather, but number two, acres. We have less planted acres this year. Therefore, exports are down. Now, one of the reasons exports were at a record high last year was that Argentina had a drought. And so Brazil shipped about every kernel of corn that they had left over. This year, that's expected to drop back. Ending stocks still at 5.59 million tons. That's down from last year, certainly down from March, but not a tight situation. On the bean side of things, their report was pretty neutral. Now, CONAB is one of the lower numbers. They're at 146.52 million tons. Dropped that number just slightly. You can see down 8 million from last year's record. So that's their estimate right now, and you can see what they're predicting for exports, etc. here for this year. Ending stocks expected to be down. Then we had USDA's take on the South American numbers here just moments ago. USDA kept everything unchanged in Brazil. Their bean crop still at they're the high number at 155 million metric tons. You can see the trade was expecting about 3.3 million tons below that. That didn't happen. Argentina still at 50 million tons. The trade expected slightly higher number. On corn, USDA kept Brazil at 124. Noticeably, CONAB is at almost 111. So a huge discrepancy right now in what we're thinking on the Brazilian corn crop. Corn in Argentina, that's the only number USDA dropped in South America, took it down 1 million tons. But you can see still Argentina running 19 million above last year's crop. So combined, still going to be a big crop in the Southern Hemisphere. Looking at the U.S. ending stock numbers, corn was higher than expected. In fact, all three of these were slightly bearish. The corn number at 2.122 billion bushels, 20 million above what the trade was guessing, 50 million down from last month. USDA did make a 25 million bushel increase in ethanol demand and a 25 million bushel increase in the feed demand. Both of those kind of following what came out in that stocks report at the end of March. On soybeans, surprise, USDA raised the bean ending stock number 25 million bushels. The trade expected something close to home. That 25 million was due to a drop in exports of 20 million bushels. That was the biggest drop there. In wheat, 698 million bushels. That was higher than the trade expected, up 25 million from last month. USDA's feed demand number was 30 million less this month. So U.S. stock numbers all a little bit bearish. At the world level, really a nothing burger here. Corn stocks down about 1 million tons, still above trade estimates. Bean stocks pretty close to last month. Wheat stocks pretty close to last month. So nothing here to trade on as we look at those numbers. Now, looking at the markets right now, I'm just giving you a live update. This is just after the report. Corn down 1 to 2 to 3 cents. Beans down 1 to 2. Wheat's down 6 to 7, 8 cents. Cotton down a little over a penny. So it seems that the funds are comfortable with their short fund position right now. They're short, just about everything in the ag sector right at the moment. They seem to be very comfortable with that for the moment. So we'll see what they do going forward, but that's the name of the game right now. What are the funds going to do? And I think that that's something that we definitely want to pay attention to over the next several months. Now, tomorrow, we'll also dig into weather because weather as we go into spring and into summer is going to be a big deal. We had a new update on the transition from El Nino to La Nina. I'll show that tomorrow as well and give you a full rundown there as to some things to think about as we go into spring and summer. So that's my recap for today. Just a quick rundown. Glad to visit with you. Take care and join me tomorrow for the aftermath. So take care. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.